Usually I start these videos by saying something like, the buzzer has sounded, or the game is over, or something like that. There is 6 minutes left in this game. I am starting the recording. I don't care. Sorry, OKC. You deserve this. Usually I like to keep notes of the game, like I'll write them quarterly and kind of track the game like that. Today, I did it for 2.5 quarters. Felt like I really didn't need to in the third. I probably could have stopped in the second if I'm being honest. There's a couple of themes throughout this game that I've realized. Once again, TJ McConnell being a difference maker in just about every way. I mean, he had an incredible steal literally in the first 30 seconds of him checking in, where he gets a deflection and then steals it. And it ends up leading to an Obi Toppin 3 later in that possession, I believe. Every 50-50 ball was won by Indiana. Indiana played tonight like they had to win, because they did. Really crazy statement there. OKC looked not prepared, I guess. Ill-prepared is not the word I want to use for a team that's in Game 6 of the fucking NBA Finals, especially when they have a chance to win the series tonight. They looked ill-prepared. They look like they got blitzed. This OKC team is really, really weird, where they're either, really good defensively and it's showing, they're getting easy looks, or you're getting nights like today where it becomes a Lou Dort grenade ball. That happened way too much in the third quarter, dude. I saw Lou Dort get at least 3 grenades passed to him. I think he took like 4 threes in the third quarter. Way too much Lou Dort in that third quarter, but it was also because Indiana was tightening the screws on Shea and J-Dub. Oklahoma City in the second quarter put up 17 points, and I don't recall anyone not named Jalen Williams scoring the ball. Maybe there was a possession from Shea, or there might have been some Shea buckets. I'll give him his credit. But it was only those two. If you really want to know how bad the game was, their third leading scorer was Isaiah Hartenstein. He had 10 fucking points. This many. 2 hands. That's all I need. The OKC defense wasn't swarming, but I think it's also because their offense was so bad. I'm really not sure which was the worst downfall for them. The fact that they couldn't put the ball in the hoop, or the fact that their defense looked awful. Usually their defense is swarming. You get 2 feet in the paint, you're going to see 2-3 bodies around you, and they're going to try and swarm you for the ball. Tonight it felt like somebody like TJ McConnell had so much space to operate. He was getting 2 feet in the paint. Nobody was near him. It was him and whoever was guarding him in the paint. I think 2-3 times it was Aaron Wiggins that got. One time it was Hartenstein that let up a jumper. Just ridiculous. About the 50-50 balls and stuff, that still goes back to TJ McConnell. TJ McConnell got a rebound boxing out. Not even boxing out. He wasn't even touching Isaiah Hartenstein, but he still got the rebound over him. I'm just so baffled at this no-show from Oklahoma City. It's a team that had the chance to really put them away today. And they mentioned, I think it was Doris maybe mentioned on the broadcast, like maybe they're thrown off by Tyrese being maybe in, maybe out. I don't think that's excusable. You still got to show up. It's Game 6 of the finals. Their offense looked terrible. I don't know what Tyrese Halliburton being there or not being there has to do with their offense looking atrocious. In the second and third quarter, Oklahoma City scored a combined 35 points. Indiana scored 36 points in just the second quarter. Again, it's Oklahoma City offense just looking horrible tonight. And it sounds like I'm being mean, but that's just truth. It's just really 1v1 ball. Shea, go get him. Dub, go get him. Chet had a couple of touches. He didn't look great. Another time where he got his threes blocked by Miles Turner. It's happened a lot this series. Why is Miles Turner blocking your threes when you are 7 foot tall? This is coming off maybe one of their best wins of the series. You know what I mean? Last game was one of the best games they've played this series. Maybe they're just a home team because they've been no showing on the road in these playoffs, but Shea had eight turnovers. 8? You know what I mean? I don't know what the hell was going on with their offense tonight. It looked slow. They were working really deep into the shot clock consistently, it felt like. A bunch of shots. J-Dub had to take a step-back 3 over Miles Turner because it was like 2 seconds left in the shot clock. That's in the first quarter. The difference is that in games past, OKC was able to kind of slow up the Pacers' offense and make it so that way, hey, even if our offense isn't playing at this high level, we're still getting enough stops so that way we can at least, keep the game close, and then our offense picks it up or Shea gets going. No, not at all. Today the defense was not swarming. How many turnovers did the Pacers have? 1 second. The turnover discrepancy is outrageous. The Pacers had 10 turnovers. Everyone in their starting lineup had 1. That's it, 1. I don't mean 1 or more. I mean, they all had 1. But then you look at OKC's side, Shea really had 8 turnovers, bro. 8. That's so ridiculous. Lou Dort was awful. I mean, there's not many positives to take from this game for OKC. Tony Bradley was horsing them. He shoved Hartenstein to the ground. That was the most entertaining part of it. I think that was the second half. That was the most entertaining part of the damn second half. There was no motion in the Thunder's offense. It was really just pick and roll. He'd come up Hartenstein, come up Chet. We're going to run a pick and roll with you and Shea, or just some type of pick and pop combination with Shea. There was no creativity there. And then on top of that, like I said, the defense being Swiss cheese. The Thunder, that's a concoction for maybe one of the worst finals games I've seen in a while. They looked outright bad tonight, but that's credit to the Pacers. Now I guess we can segue it into talking more about the Pacers. Pacers look really good tonight. Tyrese Halliburton didn't really play aggressive in the first quarter. He took a couple of shots, but I don't think he had any points at the end of one. But he definitely looked more aggressive. He took that floater. He missed his first one. Made a lefty one, though. Miles Turner looked pretty rough coming out to start, and I was like, oh no, you're getting another Miles Turner stinker. I don't know what that means, but it ended up being pretty good because, again, it was their bench. Their bench did it again. Reed Shepherd had a buzzer beater. Obi Toppin had 21. TJ McConnell was amazing, as per usual. 12. I'm not sure if he even scored again. The guy had 9 rebounds. TJ McConnell had 9 rebounds. Pascal Siakam had more offensive rebounds than the Thunder team did. I don't even know how that happens. They have 2 7-footers that they can play together, and I don't know. It didn't work. The Pacers looked like a team with their back against the wall today, and they really impressed me. Pascal Poster that sequence was so sick. They hit 2 buzzer beaters tonight, which you hit 2 buzzer beaters in a game, you should win. You should not lose a game where you hit 2 buzzer beaters. One was Pascal to end the first half, and the second one was Ben Shepherd to end the third quarter. I mean, you hit 2 buzzer beaters in a game, man, you got to win that game. And the worst part is, in my opinion, is that this doesn't even feel like the Indiana Pacers' best game. Like, this wasn't even the cleanest game that they've played. Miles Turner was still pretty bad. I need Miles Turner to turn around. He's looked really weird in these finals. Defensively, he's held up all right, but offensively, it's been a bit of a struggle since about somewhere along Knicks series. I wouldn't say any player looked spectacular for the Pacers tonight. It was just, as per usual, a combination of guys that played well. Obi Toppin played well. TJ McConnell played well. Tyrese Halliburton played well. Andrew Nembhard played well. I mean, it's just a bunch of guys that played all right. Danger of playing like you don't have any sense of urgency like OKC did tonight is that you kind of reopen the door for Indiana. Now they're going back into OKC. They've already won a game there. They've already won a game in OKC. They won game 1. So they've proven that they can win a game in Oklahoma City before. Obviously, the Thunder have looked very, very good and very strong at home for a lot of this finals and a lot of the postseason in general. However, when you leave a door open like this, like they did tonight, and you don't step on it, you don't put your foot on their neck, you don't make a statement like that and win. And it's not even close. It'd be different if they lost a game and it was like they came up short and lost late. No, this was just second quarter, the Pacers started running away with it, and it looked like going into the third quarter, OKC, they hadn't made a basket for their first 6 minutes, maybe it felt like. It felt like we were going on 8 minutes of Oklahoma City not scoring in the third quarter. They came out of halftime with no sense of urgency. They came out of halftime with no adjustments made. Their offense looked the same all series, if I'm being honest. Some days it works, some days it doesn't. But when your best 2 guys didn't really show up, it's not that they didn't show up. I'm actually going to come out and say it. J-Dub was horrible tonight. I gave him plenty of love in the last episode, so if you want to hear that, go listen to that. And Shea wasn't good at all. I mean, he was playing in crowds all night. It felt like he just wasn't playing. This was maybe one of the worst games I've seen out of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So props to Indiana for throwing him different looks and kind of messing him up. Originally, if Indiana lost, I was going to come in here and talk about Miles Turner. I can't lie, because Miles Turner in the first quarter, they were trying to get him low post touches. And what was happening is they'd give up the switch. Miles Turner would then back down, Caruso, Aaron Wiggins, whatever. But as soon as he catches the ball and turns to look at the basket, Chet or Hartenstein is swinging back over. So it's essentially still the same contest. Sure, he has deep post position, but it's still a contested look by a 7-footer. I wasn't going to come on here and talk about Miles Turner because he has looked pretty damn weak in these finals, but again, defensively held up well against Chet Holmgren, and overall the Pacers looked really good. Pretty sure it was Nembhard that had back-to-back threes in the first quarter. He might have had 8 first quarter points. Andrew Nembhard came out very aggressive, and when Nembhard's working, the Pacers look really good. I love Andrew Nembhard's game. He is so damn good. And then Tyrese Haliburton was pulling the show in transition as per usual. You know, he's the puppet master. He works the strings, as they say. And in transition, they looked unstoppable, but that's the Pacers game, and we've known that this whole season and last season, that the Pacers love getting out in transition, and the one way you got to stop that is by trying to get the best look possible on offense. I saw guys passing up threes for OKC. Like, I saw Dort double clutch a three-pointer, basically. Like, that's not a good look. Realistically, any Dort shot tonight was a bad look. You're just hoping that the role players show up in Game 7, because if they don't, again, it's probably over. I said after Game 6 that Tyrese Haliburton needed to show up, and if Tyrese Haliburton didn't show up, it might have been over for the Pacers. I wouldn't say he dominated, but he definitely helped keep it aggressive and keep that lead up to 20. A couple, like him leading the break, was definitely like one of the best. Was their best play all day, was just getting out and giving Tyrese the ball to run. Shea was just driving into crowds today. The OKC offense was just not very good today. I was thinking that maybe there'd be halftime comeback or something, and OKC would come out more aggressive on the glass. No, TJ McConnell would be their leading rebounder today if you dropped him onto the Thunder with 9 rebounds. 9 rebounds for TJ McConnell would lead the Thunder in rebounding. That's, again, another just, these are sad statistics for a team that was trying to win the finals. I get it. Indiana's playing with their backs against the wall, and that's definitely like, it's tough to beat a team like that with desperation, you know? But at the same time, they know, the Thunder know that the Pacers are going to come out and play with desperation. Maybe they're just saying, you know, they're comfortable saying, hey, we're going to go to Game 7 and we're going to live and die by that. Again, I don't like the strategy. Very bold strategy, but I guess the most frustrating part, though, is that OKC's role players just don't show up on the road, it seems. Like, I don't even know how else to describe it otherwise than that. Aaron Wiggins has looked bad everywhere but home games. Lou Dort isn't making threes on the road. Alex Caruso has put up a bunch of stinkers in Indiana, is all I'm going to say about that. Alex Caruso has been impactful some games, but not others. Of course, that's role players. You know, you don't expect them to be the stars of the show and put up 20 every game. But Alex Caruso is a guy that I guess we all like in the NBA community, and we all really appreciate what he does. But he just needs to show up more consistently. Tonight was a really bad night for Caruso, too. I stopped taking notes, like I said, about midway through the third quarter, and the last one I wrote was Lou Dort is getting too many threes up, because that felt like the damn truth. Lou Dort was just getting too many threes up. And I don't know, it was a combination of the Thunder just working late into shot clocks and not really getting any efficient offense going. And then the Pacers obviously using that to run out onto the break. That's really the downfall of tonight, is that if you can't get any efficient offense going if you're Oklahoma City, again, you're going to lose the game, because the Pacers are going to make it a track meet. Once you miss that shot, there's probably already Obi Toppin or Ben Shepherd behind you. The Thunder still haven't figured out a way to stop TJ McConnell. That's such a weird one, but TJ McConnell these last few games has been hell on earth for this Oklahoma City Thunder team, and especially him getting 2 feet into the paint. That's been a problem for them. They can't stay in front of TJ McConnell, which, hey man, my Celtics have been on the receiving end of belt to ass by TJ McConnell before. It is frustrating. But when I get to watch this team without having any stake in it, and you see TJ McConnell doing this shit, it's so funny, because when he gets it going, it is just the most basic bag on offense you'll ever see. He's going to drive right. He's going to get 2 feet in the paint. And you know what he's going to do? He's probably going to fade away. He's made a couple of layups, don't get me wrong. He's blown a couple of layups too. But he's going to take that fade away a lot, it feels like, because that's his best shot. That's the most comfortable shot for TJ McConnell, is a little like it's in floater range, but since he's 5'9", it's a jump shot for him. When he gets to that shot, the possession might as well be over as well. Because, first of all, he got 2 feet in the paint, which is already a bad look for the defense. As soon as you allow penetration like that, it turns the wheels of the defense a little bit harder. But also the fact that they aren't really helping on him when he does get 2 feet in the paint. There's only one guy on him a lot of the time. They're just letting him go. Today it was really him dancing on Aaron Wiggins. He did it like 2 or 3 times. And then on defense, they're still throwing inbound passes and lazy passes around TJ McConnell. You got to understand this. It's TJ McConnell. He's going to jump passing lanes. He's a gambler. He's quick enough to the point where even if he misses the steal on a pass, he's quick enough to get right back into the play. In short, for OKC, it's game 7 or nothing, which definitely it sucks, to be honest. There's no way that they came into this game thinking to themselves, well, we got game 7, so if we get run off, we get run off. But that just felt like what they showed up thinking today was like, well, if they play good, they play good. We'll just go home and win it. You better hope, because that's going to be a really bad look if they don't. But you also left the door open for the Pacers. Credit to the Pacers, though. They played one of their best games today, and I said if Halliburton didn't show up, they were going to lose. Halliburton had a pretty good game for a guy in a hurt quad. I said quad, I meant calf. It's still in the leg, I'm pretty sure. Let's hope Game 7 is fun and not like today's game, because I need content. If you've enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, stick around for more. I'm going to catch you game. See you guys in the next one.